What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and I'm happy to be out here to be able to fly something. We out here with the JXD 515V, and we're gonna take it for a night flight. And as you can see, well, one of my lights seem to have gone out here, but as you can see, I did remove the prop guards from the top. They are removable, and I did remove the camera, since we're going to be doing some night flying and we're not going to be able to use the camera anyhow. So I figure I'll lighten it up, take the unnecessary equipment off it, and we're going to take it for a flight. Check out the yaw rate and everything. So let's turn it on. This is actually an altitude hold quad, so we're going to put it on the ground, take off from there. Have to go up and then down on the transmitter to get it to bind, and then you have to push the down throttle trim button in order to start the motors, and then press up on the sticks to bring it in the air. So let's check out the altitude hold. Altitude hold seems to be rising. So it's rising a little. Maybe the altitude hold isn't all that great. Should be easy to fly around over altitude hold, because it does seem to lose altitude when you press forward. But once you let off, it seems like it starts to go up in the air. So let's bring it down, check out the yaw rate. We're in beginner's rate right now. That's the yaw rate. So you can see the yaw rate is pretty decent for low rates. This is the aileron there. And let's look at the pitch. So it can get going on low rates. The left shoulder button changes the rates. We're on mid rates now. That's the yaw. Yaw still decent. It looks like the yaw might not change. This is the pitch here. Can get going. Definitely on mid rates, but it seems like there's not much of a difference though. Let's go on high rates. We're on high rates now. This is the yaw. Yeah, I think the yaw rate stays the same. Pretty fast yaw rate. This is the roll here. The pitch definitely changes. It is moving faster. That was aileron. This is pitch here. So it is moving pretty fast. Not really that fast, but it's fast for an altitude hold quad. And it's definitely going up when I leave the sticks alone. When I leave alone the sticks, it tends to climb. Check it out. So altitude hold not all that great. Good enough, I guess, though. It flips. Gives itself a lot of altitude before the flip. A lot of throttle. But it does return back to the original altitude. Flips nice. Cheater flips. Let's see how fast it can go. So not a speed demon, but it gets moving though. Range seems to be okay. Now, I don't know what protocol this is on yet. It does not bind to the other JXD models that I have so far, that I've tested. So far I tested the little one that looks like the Parrot Bebop. Can't remember the name of that one. Definitely a night flyer though. This thing lights up well enough to be flown at night and keep your orientation. Has white lights in the rear, blue lights in the front, and they are visible. I'm usually reluctant to fly these altitude hold quads too far or too high because they tend to stay where they are. They don't just fall a lot of times when you lose reception of them, or when reception gets weak, they'll keep going. And this one seems like it goes up in the air, so I definitely wouldn't recommend flying this thing up high, because it might just go up and go out of range and just keep going. I don't know for sure if that's what it does. I'm afraid to turn off the transmitter with it still flying. It might try to go away on me. Let's check the auto land button. So you press throttle down, throttle trim down button to get it to land, and it turns off as soon as it lands. Now I have noticed that this quad does turn off immediately after it bumps something twice. So the first bump, it'll stay in the air, but the second bump, it'll just go down and land, or the motors are just shut off. We're still on high rates. This is the best funnel you can get, I guess. Both sticks all the way, full input, full funnel. And that's the best funnel we're getting. Let's see, we can try headless mode. Throttle, the up throttle trim is the headless mode, and it's working. Going left, going right, left again, right, forward, back to me. Yes, so headless mode actually keeps the heading that it's facing when you first start it, and our lights are flashing for LVC. So let's see what happens when it reaches its low voltage cutoff point. I imagine it should just land and not fall out of the sky, being that it's an altitude hold quad, but I'll keep it down a little low just in case it just falls. No flips allowed. And it looks like it's going down, and so it landed as expected. So that's it, the JXD 515V night flight. Thanks for watching.